It's 8:47 a.m. on a Thursday. You're pouring coffee before work. Your phone buzzes. It's an email. Subject line, important update. You open it. Company restructuring, department changes, role eliminated. Your chest tightens. You sit down, and within seconds, your brain starts calculating rent, groceries, car payment, insurance. You don't think about your long-term potential. You don't think about your degree. You don't think about your network. You think one thing. How long can I survive? Now pause. Imagine two different realities. In the first, you check your bank account. You have $800. Panic hits instantly. In the second, you check your savings. You have 8 months of expenses. You don't celebrate, but you breathe. That breath, that calm, that space between panic and clarity, that's the real power of having cash. And almost nobody explains it this way. Let's talk about it. Cash is not about growth. It's about control. When people talk about money online, they talk about investing, multiplying, scaling, passive income, making your money work for you. Cash rarely gets praised. It's called inefficient, lazy, losing to inflation. But here's what they don't tell you. Cash isn't meant to grow. It's meant to protect. It's meant to stabilize. It's meant to give you control when life gets unpredictable. And control is underrated wealth. Number 1, cash buys you time, and time is everything. When you don't have savings, every decision feels urgent. Urgency forces shortcuts. Shortcuts often cost more long-term. But when you have cash, you buy time. Time to search for a better job, recover from burnout, say no to toxic environments. Think before reacting. Wait for the right opportunity. Time improves decisions, and better decisions compound. Cash creates decision quality. Number 2, cash lowers background anxiety. There's a kind of stress that's always humming when you live paycheck to paycheck. It's subtle, but constant. You feel it when an unexpected expense hits, your car makes a weird noise, rent increases, your hours get cut. That hum drains energy. It impacts mood, relationships. When you build cash reserves, that background noise quiets down. You stop flinching at small surprises, and mental clarity increases. Clarity compounds just like money does. Number 3, cash makes you less controllable. This is something few people talk about. When you're financially desperate, you're easier to control. Employers sense it. Salespeople sense it. Even relationships can be shaped by it. When you don't need something urgently, you negotiate differently. You walk differently. You speak differently. You don't beg, you evaluate. And evaluation is power. Number 4, cash changes your posture. It's subtle, but it's real. When you know you can survive months without income, your posture shifts. You don't tolerate disrespect as easily. You don't panic at minor criticism. You don't cling to unstable situations. That quiet confidence isn't ego, it's stability. And stability is magnetic. Number 5, cash protects your long-term investments. Here's a mistake many people make. They invest aggressively, but they don't build a cash buffer. Then when the market dips and life hits at the same time, they're forced to sell. Not because they want to, because they need to. Cash prevents that. It keeps you from liquidating investments during downturns. It protects your strategy. It allows you to stay calm when markets are chaotic. It's a shock absorber. Without it, every bump feels like a crash. Number 6, cash lets you take smarter risks. Ironically, having cash makes you more courageous because you're not risking survival, you're risking growth. You can start a side business, take a career pivot, relocate for opportunity, invest during market downturns, because you have a cushion. Risk without a cushion feels reckless. Risk with a cushion feels strategic. That difference changes everything. Number 7, cash turns emergencies into inconveniences. Car repair, medical bill, unexpected travel, appliance breaks. Without cash, it feels catastrophic. With cash, it's frustrating but manageable. That difference protects your emotional health, and emotional stability protects your decision making. 8. Cash gives you no power. One of the most underrated forms of wealth is the ability to say no. No to a bad job offer, a manipulative deal, an unhealthy partnership, a rushed purchase. When you're financially tight, no feels dangerous. When you're financially prepared, no feels natural. And the ability to say no shapes your entire life. 9. Cash is the foundation of real freedom. People often confuse freedom with luxury. Freedom isn't a fancy car. Freedom isn't designer clothes. Freedom is low stress, high flexibility, calm responses, options. Cash creates options. Options create freedom. Without options, you're reacting. With options, you're choosing. 10. Cash changes how you experience uncertainty. Life is uncertain. Always has been, always will be. But uncertainty feels different when you're prepared. Without cash, uncertainty feels threatening. With cash, uncertainty feels manageable. That shift changes your entire relationship with money. But what about inflation? Yes, cash loses purchasing power over long periods. That's why you don't hoard it forever. Cash isn't your wealth builder, it's your wealth protector. Think of it like insurance. You don't complain that insurance doesn't generate returns. You value what it shields you from. Investments build growth. Cash builds resilience. You need both. How much is enough? There's no magic number, but a common guideline: 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Some people prefer 9 to 12 months for extra peace. The exact number matters less than this: enough to survive disruption without panic, enough to buy time, enough to protect clarity. The identity shift. When you build savings consistently, something changes internally. You stop thinking, "I hope nothing goes wrong," and start thinking, "I can handle it if it does." That mindset shift is powerful. Prepared people move differently than hopeful people. Prepared people build steadily. Hopeful people react emotionally. Cash moves you into the prepared category. A real-world contrast. Two friends lose their jobs. Friend A has no savings. They scramble, take the first offer, even if it's lower pay, even if it's toxic. Friend B has 6 months saved. They evaluate, negotiate, wait for alignment. 5 years later, those different decisions compound. The difference wasn't intelligence, it was liquidity. The quiet truth. Cash won't impress anyone. It won't get likes. It won't turn heads. No one claps for your emergency fund. But when life hits, cash is the loudest thing in the room because it turns chaos into calm. The real power of having cash isn't about earning interest. It's about reducing fear. It's about buying time. It's about protecting your peace. It's about not being forced into bad decisions. It's about sleeping well at night. Life will always bring uncertainty: job changes, economic dips, unexpected expenses, opportunities. When those moments arrive, cash gives you something priceless: a pause. And in that pause lives clarity. And in clarity lives power. Not flashy power, not Instagram power, quiet, steady, resilient power. So while others chase higher returns and louder wins, Don't underestimate the strength of stability, because sometimes the strongest financial position you can be in is simply being prepared, and that preparation is freedom in its purest form.